Draft Boys, we back! Christmas time is here.
It is.
The injuries are here. The fucking injuries for Christmas are here.
The games every 3 days is here.
Yeah, I know. We can't do this podcast every 3 days.
Can't keep up.
We're not animals.
No, we do have some sort of lives.
We have full-time jobs.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And this is it. What up?
I wish.
I'm in my mom's basement.
Shut up, Mum.
Yeah. Okay, so if you don't understand what all this ranting's about, welcome back to the Draft Boyz podcast. It's an FPL Draft podcast. As always, you're joined by Miles, Hito, and myself, Whitey.
Hello.
Lads, how we do?
Good to be back.
Good.
I really enjoyed that Christmas-themed little beatbox entry.
I feel in the mood now. I feel
Yeah.
very Christmassy.
Yeah, it is. It's really spicing up in here.
Yeah.
It is.
On our hot Sydney humid as
Yes.
fuck day.
So humid.
While the people in the world get enjoying some cold weather, we are sweating our balls off.
But we've adjusted the AC here to feel
yeah,
like
we're
it's
pumping
Christmas.
it. We're pumping it.
Yeah. Feels great.
It's snowing somewhere.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we should go straight into snack chat this week.
Oh, yeah.
Which
let's.
leads on from the Christmas theme.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm on Snack Chat this week.
Yeah,
Snack
you
Chat, we bring in a drink and a snack, and the other boys will rate.
And berate.
And berate.
I'm ready.
Usually more berating than rating, but yeah.
I know we're quite nice normally.
Okay.
I'm very thirsty this week, so what do you got?
All right. I'll do the drinks first.
Okay.
That was my
That was so
unveiling
That was so
the
dramatic.
tea cloth sound.
What is this?
The tea towel.
What
Yeah.
do you got going
Now,
on here?
this is a little, it's actually a jingle bells punch.
Oh,
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
that's very.
Is that
fun.
why you wanted us to do the Jingle Bells theme?
Yeah, it was a little. It's
Okay.
Christmas
It's in his
themed.
brain?
It's set up.
You got to describe
I
it. a
like
bit.
the little gold fleck glasses you got for
yeah.
us.
Oh yeah.
You know,
It's very
baller.
Christmassy.
You're balling, mate.
Yeah.
All right, let's try this.
Cheers.
Well, Merry Christmas all.
Merry Christmas.
I've never made this before.
Okay.
All right, well, let's see what's
It's
in
looking
it.
good.
Can you give us a rundown of the ingredients once we've tried?
Wow. Is there a bit of gin in there?
No gin.
What is it?
You got to guess. More ingredients. Have a crack.
Okay, well, there's some sort of like rose water or something in there.
Watermelon,
I love this.
rose water,
Rose
It's obviously a very confusing cocktail. Okay,
tequila.
we've got one ingredient.
Oh,
Yeah, I told you this pod was going to be good.
strawberry?
No.
What, just a straw?
All right.
Oh, is it elderflower?
Well, no, fucking hell. Miles has got to guess every strain.
Lavender?
Yeah, I'm not a fucking mixologist, Miles. I don't have elderflower just on hand.
I have high standards.
I know you do. Okay, I'll tell you what's in it.
What's in it?
There's tequila, cranberry, pineapple juice.
Okay.
Oh, God, there's one other ingredient. I'm forgetting it.
Ice? I see some
Bright.
ice in here.
And there's ice with cranberries in there, frozen in.
Oh my God, there are.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Okay,
I love it.
You've stepped up this week because
Yeah,
you've
I
been
know.
pretty lacking lately.
Special shout out to my partner who froze the cranberries in ice trays for me. Because I
thought you were about to say made it for you, and I was going to
She
absolutely berate
is a
you.
keeper.
Well,
as we all know.
leading straight into that's actually a good segue into my actual snack because she is the creator of this week.
Oh, wow. Wow.
She's-
Oh shit!
Wow.
She's been very good to me and made us some jingle balls.
Jingle balls, jingle
With
ball
chocolate
all
covered
the way.
pretzel?
Now they look better than they sound. Like jingle balls doesn't sound good, but this
They look amazing, yeah. I'm
look
actually
pretty
gonna take a quick picture.
Yeah,
just
they're not
so-
like the aforementioned balls that we spoke about before in this humid fucking Sydney weather.
Yeah, I'm gonna post this up on our Instagram just so you guys can see what this whole concoction is all about.
while he's doing that, Hito,
juicy.
can you rate my jingle
I'm
bells
going to rate
cocktail?
your cocktail first. It is pretty spicy. I like it. I'm going to give it a solid 8.5.
Yeah, no,
It's nice.
you
I
deserve
like it. I like the effort, commitment.
I finally got a
the
high
taste.
score.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you higher because like it's the first cocktail we've had. So, and I'm all for cocktails, as you
Yeah.
guys know. Cocktails, TV table. All right, so yeah, I'll give you 9, just a solid 9.
I like that.
I rate
Yeah.
that.
Now, I'll describe to our listeners what we got in front of us here. These jingle balls are actually they're Oreo balls. So there's like crushed up Oreos inside. I don't know.
Oh my God.
One is it? Yeah. One is chocolate. One's white chocolate.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to mix it up with the white chocolate, boys.
That is amazing. It's like a soft mud cake inside with this delicious outer coating of hard chocolate with sprinkles and everything.
You can taste the Oreo. Hey.
Yep.
It's very good.
My mom says chocolate isn't good for dogs, but you can have my milk. Don't you remember that Oreo ad?
milk, bitch?
I'm just going to
Drink
give
my
you
milk.
another 9. Just 2 9s.
Ew.
Like, it's so good.
Is that an all-time high score?
And I have just had dinner, so this is just the perfect
This
dessert.
is a good
treat.
dessert. I'm going to give you an 8.8.
Ew.
He's harsh, isn't he?
Look, also, he didn't make them, so...
Yeah, that's true. But I love Kel, so shout out to Kel for feeding me these delicious treats.
She's really sad she couldn't be here to watch you eat them. Okay. My mouth is very full of chocolate balls.
Oh, mate. We got balls all around.
Suck on my chocolate salty balls. Put them in your mouth and suck them.
Very good chef reference there.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about fantasy.
Let's do it. It's been too long.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah.
Now, this week, we weren't able to cover 2 podcasts. So, what we've done is we're going to review the 2 last games from each fixture. Sorry, Miles is chewing noises. He's basically salivating.
You're both
here.
salivating.
Yeah.
It's hard, man.
Do you want to, I mean, I'll let you finish your sweaty balls. I
Go
can
for it,
cover
hit
if you
it.
want to. So, boys, obviously we couldn't do 2 pods. Too mental. We'd love to. So what we're going to go through is preview all of game week 14, and we're going to quickly cover game week 12 and game week 13 results. Obviously, there's 2 games that haven't happened yet for us in 13, but we'll do everything that's happened so far.
That was much, much, much more succinct than what I was saying.
Yeah, because he's very articulate, not like us.
And
But also, you were like drooling over the balls.
Well,
in your
my
mouth,
taste
so-
buds were getting electrified. In a good way.
Look, I understand that you couldn't get that out with those balls. I could just see you struggling. You were like mid kind of like orgasm, salivation.
We should probably talk about the game. Okay. So, first game we're going to preview is Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. An interesting fixture with some of Crystal Palace's latest results.
I think it's going to be a fun game.
Like I think everyone would have seen Crystal Palace's next, like the 2 fixtures, the 3 fixtures they had in a row and gone, shit.
Well, yeah. If we'd come off the back of a recent when they won like 5-1, I'd be a bit more excited for this upcoming fixture. But their last 2 results, 1-1 with Tottenham, 1-1 with West Ham.
Pretty good.
But they're good teams.
They are
Tottenham.
good teams.
Oh,
but
yeah.
After the 5 goals,
And don't
definitely dipped a bit.
What? Dipped after 5 goals? They had one 5-goal result, and you're like, they draw with Tottenham and
No, I'm
West
talking
Ham.
about in terms of like excitement and, upcoming preview.
I disagree.
And how they could fare against
Now, we
Liverpool.
should talk about their results. It was, Crystal Palace, their game from game week 12. I can't talk anymore. This cocktail's strong.
It's hidden already.
Okay, sorry. Game week 12, Crystal Palace played Tottenham. It was 1-1. And then game week 13, one just gone. They played West Ham 1-1 as well.
Yeah.
Miles, what were your quick highlights from the Palace-Tottenham game?
The Palace-Tottenham game, it was pretty interesting. I actually thought that Crystal Palace could have got a result in this game. I didn't think Tottenham were up to their best.
Oh, well, it's mostly their keeper keeping them in it, though.
Yeah, that's
Greater.
true. That's true.
Keeping them in. I heard what you did there.
He has showed up quite a few games this year and kept them in it.
Yeah, except for when he was really good for all the hard stuff, but the easy save against Kane or Kane, as we like to
yeah.
say, he fucked that one up, didn't he?
Was that a new one? Kane?
Yeah, you like that?
I dislike it.
Okay.
I feel like we're just
Kane.
going to deviate so far from players' names in like 4 seasons' time. No one's going to know who the fuck we're talking about.
Well, we'll know who the true listeners are.
Exactly.
They'll
You're
understand
banned-
the pod.
If you're listening now, you're in for life.
Yeah, we'll just be like, Kun.
Yeah, and they're like, what?
What gun?
But yeah, I still, even though, Guaita kept them in the game, I did think that Tottenham weren't up to their best, to be honest.
Yeah, they definitely didn't take advantage of that. But Palace defended really solidly, and yeah, as we said, Guita kept them in it. Really solid game from him. Some ridiculous saves. But yeah, as you said, like Palace could have taken away some more points for sure. Like Eze hitting the post.
Yeah. And I wanted to talk about Eze because I think that he still would be available in quite a few leagues.
I think that people would have probably dropped him after he had that high point return on his start.
Sure.
And he hasn't done a lot since. So I reckon he probably could have dipped back into the free agent market.
Yeah. So I definitely think that that's one to watch for especially people in smaller leagues.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he'd probably, in really big leagues, he might be taken.
Definitely.
But yeah, he looked quite lively. So
All right, well, why don't we move on to their most recent game against West Ham? 1-1.
Tekker's with another goal.
Pretty juicy.
Yeah. And that was
a huge header too.
massive. It was
That
vintage,
was like
wasn't
classic.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did get me a little excited for him. Now, Miles thought I should have been more excited after he scored those last 2 goals 2 weeks ago.
What I was trying to explain was it's a big moment for him. And you look at the next fixture and it's
He got
Tottenham.
2 goals. It's a big moment for him.
Well, come on.
Well, I get that it is, but we've seen him score
bit
goals
of confidence, and I would have looked at the next fixture and thought, you know what, I'm not getting involved with Tottenham. But then I would have been jumping straight on him if I don't
against
have,
West Ham, one of the teams that have kept most clean sheets out of anyone.
have they the most?
One
I still
of
think
the
there's
teams.
quite a few goals
They're definitely up
against
there.
West
They're definitely
West
up there
Ham.
for clean sheets.
So the hard
Yeah.
thing is though, if you picked him up this week, you would have only got 3 points. He got a fucking red card.
He did
2
get
yellows.
the red card. Oh yeah, so he's out now for
So Miles
just one game.
Was he going to pick up?
Well, to be honest, last 3 games he's got 3 goals.
Was he?
Yeah, I think he's someone is better than your 3 strikers.
Oh, guys, thank God. I just remembered he's out for Liverpool game.
Oh,
I feel good now.
you're right.
I feel good about the fixture now.
Yeah, I mean, they do say that Fulham's a bad team, but you couldn't beat them.
I know. We'll see who else they could beat though.
Can I
this
just say quickly on that Tekker's goal? I don't know if you guys saw, but like Woy is on the sideline and he like does a little like header.
Yeah.
Like he heads it. He does
Cutie.
this little and like,
Can't help
and then
himself.
it goes in and just goes, yeah. Like he can't really do much of a celebration. Like the old limbs don't fly up anymore, but he gives it oh you get it.
That's why he's still in it, mate. It's him for those moments. It just gives him that spark of life to keep going on for another few
100%.
years.
It just that keeps some momentum ticking that heart away. It's like duk, 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 duk. Okay, we're going.
Well, it's either that or like Alan Pardew on the side doing the robot and stuff,
Oh my god, where the fuck is Pardew these days?
I don't know. I was thinking about him the other day.
I think he got some European gig.
You never
like
hear
in
about
a really
him.
shit random unknown team.
Yeah, if he was doing well, he'd have been back by now.
I might hit him up to
Well,
listen to
but
this
it wasn't
pod.
only recently that his contract with Newcastle ended.
Oh,
You know, he
that's
had, like,
why he
the-
hasn't worked.
Yeah, 'cause
he
had
did
that-
he did a Di Matteo
'cause he
and
had,
just
like,
got
the
paid out
for,
until
like,
the contract
6-year
finished.
Or was, no, 10-year contract? I don't know. It was really long though. It was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, 10's a lot.
And they
isn't it?
fired him after like 2 years or something. So they're paying him out.
All right, so why don't you take us through the top point scorers, Hito, for Palace?
Yep, I can do that. So in the first game, Schlupp got the tap in, so he got 9 points, 2 bonus. Eze was 7, 2 bonus.
Yeah.
And then in their second game against West Ham, Tekers would have had more, but he ended up with 3 red card.
Unlucky.
Just calling up the score there. And then Ward had a 6 points from defense with 1 bonus. So
Yeah, he got the assist
yeah,
there in that
the
game,
assist
didn't
was
he?
a nice cross. Should we talk about my boys?
Let's talk about your boys. Yeah.
Who?
So
Liverpool.
Liverpool's last 2 fixtures.
What a contrasting 2 fixtures, hey?
massive, massive.
I think that sums up this season a little bit, to be honest.
I know. I would have switched those results around.
Yeah,
For sure.
Draw Liverpool, Tottenham, and then
Yeah.
us to beat Fulham.
Yeah, I would have expected
Yeah.
that.
But it's kind of how the opposing team is going to set up to play the game. And Fulham obviously are just going to try and play for that draw more often than not.
They look like they went after
Yeah,
it
in
a
this
bit.
game though, they didn't do that.
That's
Yeah.
true. That
You'd
they-
expect them
they
to.
were
though.
going at it, weren't they?
You'd
Yeah.
expect them to.
I was watching that and going, whoa, they're having a crack at this.
Yeah,
No, they did a
they
great job.
really caught us off guard, and we were definitely not in the races like that first opening like 30 minutes when they got their goal. They were peppering our goal. Thankfully, Allison keeping us in it with some good saves throughout the game.
He is a beast.
And yeah, we just weren't at the races. And I think just with the amount of games, that's just going to happen to a lot of teams, as we've seen with a few other teams this week. So got quite lucky with the pen,
I think so.
in my opinion. That, in a wall, hitting the arm. It's like, there's so many bodies and limbs in there. I think that's very lucky that we got that.
Yeah, it's
Not
again,
complaining, but I'm happy.
It's the same thing. It's like handballs now. They've made a solid rule. On it,
Almost
and
fucking anything. There's so many ridiculous pen calls as well
I
still
know.
happening.
The unfortunate thing is it sways so much towards pens. But if they were going to use VAR, they had to solidify exactly what the rules are because, without when you're playing with replays, you need solid rules.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to see it perfectly, then you need an exact rule, not like, the offside rule, how it used to be, and then the handball rule, how it used to be.
Yeah.
Like if they're going to be replaying it 1,000 times, it's going to be too much fucking
Exactly.
indecision.
And it also takes away the kind of human nature of when it comes to a handball, like how you as a human move. It's like, hit your hand. It's like,
Yeah.
I can't run with my hands in my pants the whole fucking game.
Yeah,
So
but
they get out.
But I feel like they still have to do that, though. I mean, I'm not saying it's the right thing because there's way too many pens at the moment and it's killing the game. But, like, the reason for those rules is because you had to have something precise because of...
Oh, yeah. I think it's just the unfortunately, there's the rules, but then it's a different person each week in the VAR room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the
it's not-
interpretation
it's not
is
consistent.
a bit...
And it just highlights the inconsistencies across referees.
Yeah.
Because we get to see it 50 times and they make a call.
And their allegiance,
Yeah.
You never know.
Mate, 100%. But
Well, maybe we should talk about the bigger game here.
yeah, the spicy game from Liverpool's perspective. I was a very happy boy this morning.
I could
Celebrated pretty hard.
Yeah, like... that was interesting. That deflection goal for Salah, a bit unlucky.
I
there
had
for
no
Tottenham.
idea where that was going.
I know. When
And
I
then
saw that goal, I'm like, oh, it's going to fucking
And then
go
just
in.
drops in the top
I know.
corner.
I didn't have time to watch this game. I only watched the highlights. And I knew, like, when you're watching the highlights, you're expecting something. And when I saw the ball deflect off the player, I was like, oh my God, that's going to go fucking in.
Yeah, because they wouldn't be showing it otherwise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that's annoying.
It was a really good game though. Like two teams playing their philosophy, like Tottenham sitting deep, waiting for the counter, and Liverpool having all possession and trying to break teams down, playing high line. And it was quite open because of those two contrasting styles. But yeah, I think in terms of just one thing to shout out just for fantasy and players going on, Mane looking a little bit off at the moment from my perspective watching the games, and he's not scored in ages.
Okay, so, I mean, I get that, but he was injured for a while, and then Jota was in form. Now Jota's injured. He's going to start every game regardless, and no one's going to not play Mane.
No, I think it's more just
Look for a trade.
looking at your team, potentially look for a trade, but then you're trading low value, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. I think, like, you're going to play Mane.
So he hasn't scored since game week 5.
I still
And he's
think...
played every 90 minutes
Well,
every
how long
game.
was he injured for?
He's only missed one game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because he had lucky COVID with the...
Did he have COVID?
Yeah, he had COVID, but it was like international break, so it was only 1 week.
Dude, like that COVID's really affecting some players. Like Pogba said it really hit him hard. I think Kai Havertz is struggling still a bit.
I'll trade you for him.
We'll
Mane.
save that for after the podcast, Miles.
We can chat. We can chat.
Walcott, Mane. Let me know
Yeah.
by the end of the pod.
Oh my God.
Fuck off.
Oh my God. This is why no one trades with you.
It's a good trade. Have you seen
Are
the
you
form?
serious?
Have you seen the form Walcott's
Have you
in?
seen the names?
Oh, get
Who
out.
they are?
Get off your fucking...
And the teams. And the teams.
Ah.
Okay, moving on.
But guys, if you're listeling, hit us up on our socials if you think Walcott is
Yeah.
a fucking good trade
Yeah,
for
please
Mane
do.
and shut down Miles for us.
Well, I am the league leader with all the best players, so...
Okay, so Firmino, obviously clutch.
Massive.
Clutch,
That
88
was
minutes
huge.
or whatever. Huge header.
That header in, and you could just tell. He shows up for big games.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I got to say, I was flicking around Twitter after the game and I saw something very, very funny that I thought I'd play for you guys. It's
Yeah, hit us up.
Tim Sherwood doing a little bit of live commentary for whoever. Hopefully we get the sound all right.
Tim Sherwood, the worst Tottenham manager ever.
Another corner. Not too worried about his corners. I mean, it might come back to bite me here, but I think Tottenham have got the dominancy in the air there, so Not sure anyone can get the head on the first ball for Liverpool, apart from that.
What did he say?
I don't think anyone could get their head on the ball first for Liverpool, and that guy did. Literally, as Firmino hits it, he's like, and
Oh, that's classic.
put your foot in your fucking mouth, mate.
But he is such a good pundit compared to a manager. You got to give him that.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Because of how innings.
Can I say one last thing on Liverpool before we move on?
Yes, you can. That we're top of the table. Is that
Curtis
what you want to say?
Jones.
Yeah. Wow.
He looks spicy.
He's like a midfielder and he's playing what, centre back?
No, he's playing in mid.
And he's supposed to be a centre back.
No. So
I
he's
saw a
filling
crazy
in for
dribble from
Fabinho having played centre back. So he's taken the midfield spot. But
Right.
I think the biggest thing is the kind of biggest sign of respect is the fact that he's just walked into this team and no one's really talking about him.
Yeah.
Like that just shows like how good a job he is. That like when they're saying youngsters, they're talking about our backs and other players and the keeper, and no one's talking about him.
So is that his natural position, centre mid kind of position? So you're not really expecting him to get many goals? Because I'm watching some of the highlights and some of the game, and I'm seeing him get forward and like he's crazy good at dribbling. Like I saw one Maisie run where he gets right through, and then this week I saw another one where he was like getting right in there.
He's had a few shots, but not really pulled them off quite well, like with the right technique or power. But he has got it in his locker. So I think with the amount of injuries we've got, another starter, another differential for sure to watch out for.
Cool. Okay. Well, in terms of this game or this fixture, Liverpool versus Crystal Palace, like who are you looking at?
Well, I don't expect Palace to keep a clean sheet, so I would be steering pretty clear of them.
Yeah.
But
their attack, I mean, now they've lost Benteke.
Yeah.
And Zaha's been a bit quiet the last
Just
two games.
just one or two games. But
But
yeah,
just like, but he's not been.
I do rate this fixture for a Zaha, though, with counter. We've seen, that someone like Son can get Liverpool on the attack.
Even someone like Townsend looked a little bit
Yeah.
more lively last game, but
And Easy's really been getting creative. So I think that team has got a bit of spark, but not sure if they've got enough to beat Liverpool.
yeah. Do you want to predict it, mate?
Yeah, sure, actually. I think it'll be a fun game. Who's at home? We got Palace at home.
Palace at home.
Yeah, okay. I'll go 2-1 Palace.
To Palace.
Yeah.
After just saying all that shit, he just flips the fucking story.
Yeah, you can't trust him.
What a
But
dog.
look, I'm looking at Liverpool's results here, and I don't think they're a team in form.
Look, I just do these things because, like, when you
Wait till you
put
get
it
to
out in
Chelsea,
the
mate.
atmosphere, sometimes they happen.
Sometimes it happens.
I think we'll have some rotation this game as well. I think you could potentially see Naby come into the midfield. Maybe Ox, he's back.
Well, then maybe it's now to bring up something I was going to talk about. I mean, look, it's going to be talked about more throughout the pod. This isn't necessarily specific to Liverpool, but Christmas time rotation. This is a Christmas themed pod, so we should talk about the effects of Christmas on fantasy.
Mate,
Sure.
This week has just been a summary of that, hasn't it? Like
Yeah.
the fact that we've had 3 games in, we'll have 3 lots of game weeks in 7 days. Like
Yeah.
it's just, sometimes you just can't fucking tell. Like you don't know who's going to get rotated, how form will carry on, because we saw that with some fixtures. One team smashed their first game, second game they got killed. And Liverpool's a prime example of that.
Yeah, definitely. Christmas time isn't easy for fantasy players.
It's tough. It's tough. But I'd just say to all of the fantasy draft players out there, I'd still play your strongest team and hopefully that you've got a decent bench, because not everyone will play, but still play your strongest team.
Yeah, and there's definitely certain teams that rotate less.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, nearly everyone who plays in your fantasy league is going to be going through the same thing. So you just got to ride that wave and
Yeah.
hope you hit the lottery.
Yeah.
And big names that are going to win games are going to be the last person that teams want to rotate.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, like Canes and
Yeah,
Sons
if they can avoid it, they might miss one game just to make sure they don't burn out. But and you might have to cop those points that week. But
And they might even come off the bench and, be fresh 60
play
minutes.
if they're that good, 10 minutes might be enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's enough on that. We'll move on to our second game of the week, previewing Southampton versus Man City. We'll start with Southampton. Southampton won 3-0 against Sheffield and then drew 1-1 with Arsenal. one of the worst teams in the league.
No surprise about the first result.
Let's talk about the first result. Then we'll talk about the second result. Miles,
Yeah.
you want to give me a quick summary of their goals?
Yeah, for sure. So there was quite a few chances in this game, actually. It could have been a lot more than 3-0.
Definitely.
But Armstrong, I wanted to talk about him because we've been talking about him for the last month, how he's just got a bit of form and, he's got a bit of experience now in the Prem, and he does look really good in a scoring...
Holy shit! Okay, for those who can't see,
work.
for those who can't see,
Pour my drink for me.
Hito is already drunk off this tequila Christmas drink, my Jingle Balls. He just spills it everywhere.
I was trying to be subtle, boys, but I couldn't.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
You're right.
Now, Hito, sorry, Miles, keep telling us.
Yeah, so I've been talking about Armstrong, and I think, your Walcott and, your James Ward-Prowse and maybe even Redmond were already going to be picked up. And I've been mentioning Armstrong, and his stats and BPS have always been strong for the last, coming on 5 game weeks, that I think that he's just a definite pickup. I mean, I would have picked him up already if I didn't have Walcott.
Yeah.
And I'm very surprised that he hasn't been picked up in our league.
You got a little bit lucky this week with that. It wasn't the greatest goal.
It was lucky, but it's a goal nonetheless.
It is, yeah, it's points. But yeah, and then so obviously along with that, we've got Adams who tucked away some goal at the near post somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got that
Crazy.
through. But obviously Sheffield's defence is trash, so not surprised. And then Redmond off the bench with this sexy goal.
Yeah, real sexy.
Yeah, I saw like 1-2, yeah. But then they couldn't carry that on to Arsenal.
They couldn't.
No, I mean,
They didn't look as good, hey? Like Ings and Adams were quiet as hell.
yeah,
for that game.
and that's probably more of this Christmas fatigue. We're going to see unexpected results, even the most unexpected. Arsenal managing to get a draw.
Getting points.
I think it was one
against
of the
a team
first
in the top
times
4.
that Southampton's actually drawn, or I don't think they've won at Emirates. I was hearing during the game.
Oh, yeah. I was surprised historically,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, but
They're killing it, though. They're in top 4 at the moment, I think.
really well. They're playing great, and
And Walcott there.
yeah,
That was a nice finish.
really good.
And once he gets ahead of your defense like that,
Yeah.
you're in a lot of trouble.
They left some serious space for him to run into, didn't they?
And-
But that finish, though, I was surprised he's got that in his locker because we've seen it previous weeks where he had a 1v1 and completely fucked it.
Yeah.
And we're like, yep, sums him up.
I think it's just because it's against Arsenal, and I think he had
Yeah.
he left with a little bit of a bitter
Yeah.
taste in his mouth.
Yeah. I like the comparison. I saw a photo online of him scoring, I think, one of his earliest goals for Arsenal, and Arteta played at Everton.
Oh.
So he's like running away celebrating as like a youngster, and Arteta's on the field like really sad. And then they had like a photo of like this time when he's scored and celebrated, and then Arteta's like on the sideline as the coach.
Really sad.
It's like really sad.
Yes.
Just double.
Yeah, but generally I think they look tired. We'll probably see some rotation before this weekend's game.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But also,
A team that doesn't have much depth, unfortunately.
it's interesting. I don't know. No, against do you go against City? I'll rest some of my best players because it's going to be a hard game anyway, and I'll be fresh for a more likely fixture for us to win. Or do they just ride high on how well they've been playing and just go, oh fuck it, let's just take it to City?
Maybe it's just one more game. They're like,
Yeah.
we'll just get through one more game, we get a bit of a break.
Yeah. All right. Well, talking about City, City in game week 12 drew 0-0 with Manchester. It sounded like a pretty boring,
So fucking boring.
Manchester derby.
Yeah.
And then they drew 1-0 with West Brom. They love the draws lately.
I know. I love it. I love seeing
I
City.
think they've
held
actually
back.
drawn the most games out of any Premier League team at so far this season.
Oh, really?
Stat chat there, folks.
I believe so. Like, you'll have to double
Yeah,
check.
guessing Snapchat.
No. I think I saw the stat after the West Brom game, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Was there anything out of this game from City to take away?
No, not the United game. It was, let's just move on to the next one. But the West Brom one, I don't know. It's just they've been really off their game this season.
I know. They had some good chances, and
Yeah.
West Brom kept them out. Like Johnston with some crazy saves in that game. We'll get to him later. But We did see Sterling with an assist, classic kind of run down the byline, cut back to Gundogan.
Yeah.
Very, very typical City goal, hey?
It was, and like Sterling did all the work there, and it was pretty nice.
Yeah. Interesting that KDB got 2 bonus points without contributing, to any attacking.
I know, he said that happened a
prowess.
few times this season.
Yeah, it's
It must
he's
just be
so
his
involved.
passing stats and just.
And his BPS, he's always putting the ball in positions.
Especially against West Brom, they were just sitting off him, letting him have free deep crosses. And multiple chances came to Gundogan at the back post and Sterling.
Yeah.
Like clear chances at goal that both got saved. So
Yeah.
he's obviously putting in like potential
He puts in the
assists.
work, yeah.
So that's where he gets those bonus from.
Hey, I'm not complaining,
Yeah. Well, it's only 4 though. He should add a lot more.
Yeah, I'll take any points,
And I feel like maybe Edison could have done better for that deflected goal, but I'm not going to give Edison
Yeah, I
too
can
much
see
shit
why
for
it's
that.
hard, but at the same time, someone his ability, you kind of think he might have got down a little bit better.
All right, well, let me run through Southampton's top goal scorers over these last 2 game weeks. So game week 12, Bednarek with 12, 3 bonus.
Yeah,
Armstrong,
that's a real big pickup, by the way.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, we shouted him
Yeah, we did.
the other week. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And he's already
us.
shown results there. Go us.
Go us, lads.
Yeah. Armstrong with 8 points. Adams, 8, 2 bonus. Redmond with 6, and all the defenders a clean sheet. There's 6 points as well. Vestager, 1 bonus point. He's been a very consistent performer there too, getting
Yeah,
goals
huge
as well.
points from him.
Against Arsenal, Walcott with 9, Adams with 5. So Adam being the consistent performer there.
Yeah, he's been so good.
He has been.
Yeah.
He talked a big game. Maybe he's kind of coming up with it now.
Yeah, carried on the form from the end of last season. It's good to see.
Yeah.
I still don't think Southampton will win the league though, like he promised. But we'll see.
We will.
You got to promise big things.
Yeah, I mean, Leicester
Shoot
won
for
it.
the stars, lads.
It's like Miles putting those things out in the atmosphere. Maybe Palace will win against Liverpool.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Mate, the way the season's going, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened.
They did take the title away from you in
They're our bogey team.
2015.
14, mate, don't worry.
It's a bit early to be taking titles away here.
Slip.
Okay, so City's top goal
Wrong game.
scorers: Stones with 8-2 bonus, Walker 7-1 bonus, and all the other defenders got the clean sheet. Against United and against West Brom, Gundogan with 10-3 bonus, and Sterling with 7-2 bonus points. De Bruyne, as we said, got 4 and 2 bonus points.
Yeah.
For doing not that much.
I just want to shout out one to watch as well as Gundogan in that last game. He was looking really spicy. He was taking free kicks, just sending it wide. He scored the goal, and then he also had a chance crossed in from KDB at the back post that got saved amazingly by Johnston. So for someone who's only scored 1 goal this season and plays quite deep, he was really involved in that game. So I'd keep an eye on him to see if that continues or if that was just a one-off game where they were pushing for more goals and
Maybe.
he'll then...
Christmas. He's going to get games.
It's a really good point, actually, for Christmas. And he does like shooting from outside the box. Remember,
So maybe
he's scored a couple of worldies.
Maybe he's a good Christmas pickup.
Maybe.
Maybe he'll get you some prezzies.
That's a Christmas present from Draft Boyz.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, can I predict this?
Yeah,
next-
go for it,
Oh
mate.
well, we didn't
you have
really.
it.
We didn't really talk specifically about the game
Okay.
itself.
Let's talk about quickly to influence your decision and then you can predict it.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I love it. I still like City to win this game. I know it's not form; it's the name, but I don't know. I think they've got to bounce back.
We've been saying that all season, and
They've
they've
got more rotation to take advantage of fresh legs.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Mahrez not playing the second game and Aguero coming on for a little bit more minutes. He could start the next game.
Yeah, that's true.
But Southampton obviously are just clicking a lot better.
really
So, do you
well.
think Aguero will start?
Potentially played a good couple of minutes. It'll either be a start or a come on for more minutes in the second half to slowly work him back. So it'll either be this week or next week that I reckon he's starting.
Anyone else you like from either of these teams?
I think it's the standard people, to be honest. Like Southampton guys we've called out will be the same, probably starting 11. They're not going to change much.
Do you think it'll be
City.
a really open game, or do you think it's going to be one of these games with, maybe similar to a lot of the results City have been having, not very high scoring?
I think because Southampton are at home, they will open up a little bit, but I think that they will be a little bit cagey, especially in that first half.
I'd predict a couple of goals.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
And
With
they
that,
are
mate.
very good on the counter, as we've seen with
Yeah.
Walcott.
Now, with that advice, I'll predict.
Okay, let's see if he listens to us all.
I feel like City with the rotation have to win this. I'm going to say City 2, Southampton 1.
Okay.
Safe.
I could see it happening.
I just agree with I liked your point on the fact that they've just got more depth.
Yeah. They've
know.
got more names they can throw back in.
Exactly. Like
And especially fresh defensively. Like, I don't think Walker even played the last game, did he?
no. Oh yeah.
Oh, it came on
We
for
played
a
one of
bit.
them. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Mendy didn't play. And it was
Yeah.
Walker didn't play, then Mendy didn't play.
And Stones didn't play as well. And
Port's not been playing.
yeah.
Fuck. That's been killing me, man.
All right, next game on the Miles is about to take his next bite. Oh man, the satisfaction on this dude's face right now.
So good.
I see a tear.
He's loving it.
Speaking of tears, Everton
minty.
versus
Minty.
Minty.
Yeah,
It's got some mint in it.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
got
get
mint.
mint.
Yeah, it's got mint.
I
in
didn't
it.
taste the mint. Thank God, because I hate mint.
Oh, you guys fucked up my really good segue.
Sorry. Go.
Speaking of tears,
Yes.
Everton versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
Are we going to see tears from Arsenal?
Probably.
Arsenal Fan TV.
Mate,
It
well,
was so good. It was so good. Decoys there going like, we're in 15th place, man. and he was like, this chair, I want to gas it. Can I gas it? I'll pay for it. And that big guy that hosts it is just like, nah, bro, you can't afford that.
wasn't it like a proper, like, kind of steel chair? Like, it wasn't.
It looked
like
decent,
it wasn't a
yeah.
flimsy wooden chair that he'd snap. He'd probably have to pull out his angle grinder or some shit,
Yeah.
cut through it.
You need a chair that's more like Arsenal's defense. A bit
Yeah.
flimsy and
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
willing to snap under pressure.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So first game week 12, Everton. Sorry. I got so confused. We're talking about Arsenal. Anyway,
It's 'cause
sorry.
you saw
We'll talk
that-
about Everton
It's
first.
because you saw that they beat Chelsea, isn't it? Kind of
Yeah,
flashbacks.
I know. It was pretty. Yeah, it actually scars me. Everton beat Chelsea 1-0 and then went on to beat Leicester 2-0. So after not a great run, they've pulled out some decent results against two teams that have been pretty good.
Yeah.
First of all, against Chelsea, that was an interesting game. Miles, what were your takeaways from that?
Look, not to talk about Chelsea because we're talking about Everton, but I didn't think that Chelsea played that great. And I thought Everton had a game plan and they stuck to it and they got the early goal, through that pen.
That pen hurt me.
Yeah.
Mendy hasn't made many
That was
mistakes,
dumb.
but it was
Yeah.
like bloody dumb.
Gifted him. But then how casual was Siggy putting that away?
Oh, he
Like, fucking passed.
yeah, rolled it. It was like I was like waiting for it to go
Kissed
in.
it in.
Mendy could have got back up and saved it.
Yeah, probably.
Seriously, that's an interesting one. There is Siggy filling in for James? Is that kind of where? he's
Yeah,
sitting?
James is out at the moment, but I wouldn't.
Is it a direct replacement? Because that's what I'm wondering as a fantasy player. Like, Siggy's probably not been in anyone's teams, and he's on pens. And we've said this season
Free
that pen
kicks too.
pen takers are very important.
Very valuable. Yeah.
When Siggy's on the field, he's the captain. And he's the preferred pen taker because there was an argument in that Chelsea game over who was going to take the pen.
He pulled rank, eh?
And he pulled rank on Richarlison, I believe.
yeah.
So we're going to see that more. Like, is he the tight on pen taker if he starts? And if Hammers is back, does he not start? They're my questions.
It just depends what happens in the next couple of weeks, I think. If Siggy gets a bit of form and he's playing well, not just scoring a pen, but if he's playing well throughout the whole game, I think Carlo's going to, have some selection issues and maybe even do a slight tweak to his formation.
To fit Siggy in.
Maybe. I mean, he's proven.
He definitely is. I just wonder, I'm just trying to figure out right now if it's one or the other.
Yeah, I think it's a bit tricky. They have played a couple of games together. I've seen that and been a bit surprised because I didn't think that would work. But yeah, James hasn't contributed anything in terms of goals or assists since game week 5.
Long time, yeah. He did start really well, and I told you,
Obviously, it's a system too. It's
the season.
He was the past the season.
It's cold in England. you
Maybe
know.
that's why he's off. He's like, I'm just cold.
He is chilly.
I don't want to leave it. He's just training indoors all the time.
If I was Carlo, I would be thinking about taking Allen out of the equation. I think Allen gets played like way too much, to be honest.
Oh, I think he's kind of
They
like,
need that holder though.
Yeah, I think he's kind of glued that
The
team
system.
together a bit. Like if
Yeah.
you remember what Everton was last season and now what it is this season, they're just better organised.
I just don't really rate him, to be honest.
Against shitter teams, I think they could rotate and not have to have as much defensive, work. They could sit Siggy deep with Andre Gomez or something.
Yeah. The best thing he does is the width, and I just don't think he's got much else than that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, and not someone we'd ever really focus too much in terms of draft or fantasy. And now I think we should probably move on because we're spending a bit too much time on that. They beat Leicester 2-0 just the other night.
Yeah.
Huge after Leicester absolutely pumped Sheffield, I think it was.
And we're going to keep coming back to this, but
Was it Sheffield?
teams are going to be inconsistent.
No, it wasn't Sheffield.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Teams are going to be inconsistent this time of year.
Brighton.
It happens,
Pump Brighton.
at this time of year. Crazy results happen. Liverpool draw with Fulham, Everton beat us. Like crazy things happen.
Was
Why'd you have to say those words again?
But yeah, look, Richarlison, awesome finish from just the edge of the box, maybe just outside. I thought the keeper probably, like Schmeichel, probably should have saved that one.
Yeah, could have done better there for sure.
But hey, as Richarlison owner, I'm not complaining. Holgate tap in, how pumped was he?
dude,
He was so pumped.
I thought he was going to keep running. He's just going to climb into the stands, climb up the levels, get up to the corporate suite,
Do an Eric Dyer from last season and jump in and start fighting someone.
Oh my God.
Probably
that
just
was
making love to someone. He's just so stoked on it. The other complete opposite.
Yeah.
That was great.
That
It
was
good
so
to see
good.
him, enjoying himself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was so good though. But yeah, that was a crazy, messy goal.
Yeah, it was. And then another takeaway was just Siggy starting again. We already kind of talked about that.
Yeah.
He's the captain, so
Yeah.
he's probably going to get some
Yeah,
game
playing
time.
some mins for
Yeah,
sure.
I think
Maybe
the
if
next
they-
couple of weeks is pretty important for
It
him.
will be, and I think if you're willing to jump on someone early, now's the time. If someone hasn't already jumped on Siggy that he's starting and he scored a pen, even though that's not much to go off.
It could be worth it for some of the rotation over Christmas, New Year.
Yeah, well, he is fantasy royalty, so I wouldn't be surprised if he got picked up pretty quick.
He's
OG,
pretty-
man. He's
Yeah.
OG fantasy.
Yeah, OG.
So let's go through the point scorers for Everton before we move over to Arsenal.
I'm going to run through it real quick.
Do it.
Siggy, 11 points, 3 bonus points. Pickford, 9, 2 bonus points. Godfrey, 7, 1 bonus point. DCL, 5 points. And all the other defenders got a clean sheet.
So that was
Nice.
that game against Chelsea. And,
Thanks for summarising that. Now,
what happened in Leicester game?
Leicester's game.
Repeat. Run it back. Run it back.
Rewind. Okay, that's enough rewind sounds for
Are we
one
back
night.
to our beatboxing intro again? Is that where we're at?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the start.
Let's start all over.
Holgate with 14 points, 3 bonus points. Richarlison, 8 points, 2 bonus points. Awobi, 6 points. DCL, 5 points again. Defenders with all clean sheets and a partridge in a pear tree.
They have got some form.
Hey, put them in your stocking.
Seriously, there's a lot of players with points in those last 2 games.
Mate, those clean sheet, and looking ahead to Arsenal, I know we haven't done Arsenal just yet, but back-to-back clean sheets for Everton defenders against Arsenal, I think that's a potential hat-trick of clean sheets.
It could be. It could be. Or will
I'd
this
be looking at them.
So let's talk about Arsenal. In game week 12, they played Burnley and lost 1-0. And in game week 13, they played Southampton, as we just spoke about, and drew 1-1. So what did you guys make of that game? Those 2 games?
Burnley beat Arsenal.
I was a
1-0.
bit
It's the Ben Mee effect.
I know. I was a bit upset that Alba scored just this week in week 13 because I was looking forward to having an absolute loller that his goal drought was broken by an OG, but then he backed it up with an actual proper goal.
Yeah, I know.
So it helped to get his sights in. He knows where the goals are now.
God, yeah,
He
figured
remembered
it real.
that they exist.
It was nice. It was a nice own goal.
It was a nice open goal.
I had to
but
look at it 6 times to see that it did come off his
I
head.
know.
but-
I think the commentators and the coverage did too.
I know. I was writing down highlight okay, Burnley goal. So and so scored it. I can't remember who it was now.
And that's because the Burnley, I can't remember who it was. He was celebrating
Yeah,
that
it's
goal like
Lowson,
he
I
scored
think.
it. So that's why the commentators were like, what's going on here? And then
Yeah.
it was at closer glance.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess we say this a lot, but how did Lacazette miss?
Yeah. We do say it a lot.
I
Yeah,
just
no.
don't think he's very good right now. I don't know.
Man, it's a whole team lacking confidence, and then they got done by Xhaka with a stupid red card, grabbing a player's throat or face or whatever he did. But
I should probably mention that I'm contradicting myself a lot because I chose Lacazette as my peasant last week.
Yeah, but
did
we
it
were
mostly
doing that
for
for a bit of
lols,
fun.
though.
Yeah, that was a bit of fun.
I know, but he
And
did
you guys wouldn't
play
let me-
one good game.
you guys wouldn't let me
Yeah.
pick Alba to join the trio, and
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah, you would have got 0 that.
I would have got negative.
Oh, devastating.
But yeah, so they
yeah.
got a point. Southampton. Run through that.
Yeah, so you want to talk about Southampton game now?
let's do it, man.
So,
There's not much. They were shit against.
so
them. We
Aubameyang
can move on.
actually scored a
Yeah,
goal.
we
Yeah.
did mention that, and it was nice.
Yeah, it was a good layoff from Nikita.
Yeah, and Saka did really all the work there. Like he just fucking. How did he get through all those players? He just like shrugged it off, gets it away, and get here, and then nice one too.
Bit of a shout out to my main man Timothy. First week that he's benched Aubameyang, and he did score.
So
And then
Arsenal fans have Tim
Sorry,
Waite
mate.
to thank.
And then he has Gabriel, who got double yellow as well.
What
so,
he has both.
so
He didn't play Gabriel.
Oh, he
though, this
didn't?
week,
Okay.
thankfully.
Wow, good decision, Tim.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
But that's just what I want to go back to what we said at the start of the podcast about just playing your strongest team. I think even though Aubameyang, he hasn't done anything, I think that you've just got to play him. Like he's your first draft pick.
Yeah, I think it's look, I can have some sympathy to that when someone hasn't scored in that many weeks and Arsenal have just been so shit.
Yeah.
You think, okay, he hasn't done it for weeks. 1 week I take him out. It's the curse of the fantasy gods. It happens, but
Yeah.
I think there's a fine balance with that in terms of pulling the trigger. Like for example, last year I did that with Pookie,
Yeah.
and I got because he didn't do something for a few weeks and I got burnt.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And it happens in drafts as well. There's more points on your bench in draft than in online.
And you also got the backup of maybe someone doesn't play, but
Yeah.
it's an unlucky one.
Well, there's not really much to talk about in terms of Arsenal point scorers from the Burnley game. But we do have some points to talk about from the Southampton game. Aubameyang with 10, 3 bonus points, and Nketiah with 6 and 1 bonus point.
I feel like we haven't done that in a while.
It's been
Talked
a while.
about Arsenal with points.
Arsenal points.
Yeah, I know. I was expecting to see the words nothing after the Burnley nothing. But no, they did get some points against Southampton. Now, against Everton, I'm not sure I rate their chances.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident with my prediction, boys.
I was talking to an Arsenal fan, and he was saying that he thinks...
Well, you had time to talk to you in between crying?
yeah, he did.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It was just like a sobbing. It was like-
sobbing chat.
And then they
Sobbing phone call. Yeah, you're comforting.
scored another goal.
Yeah.
And then Aubameyang scored an own goal. No. So he had more to say than that. But basically, he was saying that the system that Arteta's playing at the moment doesn't really suit the team. They were very good on counters and fast attacking, and it's just not working right now with what they're doing. And it's not necessarily Aubameyang's fault. It's kind of his vibe. He's like, Aubameyang's just not getting that many chances because the ball's not really getting to him and the whole team's not really getting behind him. So he's just not in the same positions that he was in to score all those goals last season. And that's from, I guess, tweaks from Arteta and just from a lack of confidence.
Yeah.
But
He's sitting on that dollar, man. He doesn't have to work for it anymore.
dollar bills, yeah.
Should we do one quick little round on the spot predictions of Arteta's future? Either predict which game week he'll be fired in or
Yeah.
if he won't be fired.
All right, I'll go first. I think he'll be fired by game week 22.
I don't think he'll be fired. I don't think he'll get fired. Not ever. I don't think
Like this season.
I don't think he'll get fired this season.
You don't think he'll get fired?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, up to game week 14, hey.
Yeah,
I'm going to say 19.
19.
Yeah.
No, I think
Merry Christmas.
I think 19 to 22 is if they haven't
That
changed what
range.
they're doing.
Like, that's what I'm just thinking, man. I'm like, that's a couple solid more games if it keeps going the same way.
Yeah, I think
Huge.
it's if it's the same way, Eddie Howe's coming in.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Spicy. That'd be a good replacement.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Hito,
Yeah.
predict.
Everton 3, Arsenal 0/-10 because they suck shit.
Love that. Sorry, Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
We love all our fans,
They're
just
not
not
scoring
Arsenal.
again.
the
That was a nice little day in fantasy land.
Now, Newcastle versus Fulham. Bottom of the table scrap. Hito, you look a little shit-faced at the moment.
Man, I'm enjoying this tequila.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
It's an up and not a downer.
Under the table.
Now, okay. Keep that to yourselves. Miles, why don't you lead us in with Newcastle?
Yeah, so
What happened?
Newcastle in game week 12 they played West Brom and they won 2-1 and an opposing scoreline in game week 13 they played Leeds and they lost 5-2. They got pumped by Leeds, but we'll talk about the West Brom game first. It was a lovely early goal, good pass from Joe Linton, tidy finish by Almiron, and
Yeah, that was within like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
it was very, very quick.
But what a finish from Almiron.
Almiron,
First
yeah.
goal of the season.
Huge.
Was it the first?
Yeah, I'm pretty
just
sure.
a few assists. Yeah,
That was
that's
a
correct.
real nice finish from him. Obviously against West Brom, but still take it.
And really, really happy to see Dwight Gale getting the start because I actually really rate him as a
Mate.
player.
That goal was frothy.
Yeah. And he's so beautiful. Like, I got to put it out there.
That was probably the most pure.
Beautiful.
He is. That face,
He's a
mate.
good looking man. He
He
looks
is.
like he's 22, permanently 22.
Yeah,
I don't know
permanent.
how old he is now, but
He's like 43, but
You guys have a weird obsession with Dwight.
But honestly, that goal is like the perfect deep, wide cross in, and that header leap/power into the top corner.
yeah.
Couldn't ask for anything better.
No.
Honestly, if
was-
someone says, "Oh, it was a crossed in headed goal," if you pictured the best scenario, that would be it right there.
Pretty much. I mean, it's probably the second best thing he's done. The first being when he scored a brace against Liverpool in 2014. He scored
loves
with his
bringing that
left.
shit up, doesn't he?
scored with his right. Oh, Dwight Gale came off the bench that day.
No wonder you like him so much.
You
I
got
get it now.
Who won last year, mate?
Okay, sorry. You haven't first time in 27 years or whatever.
Well done.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Okay, next game. Yeah, so they got drubbing, really.
Yeah, they got pumped, but they still scored a couple of goals.
Yeah, it was mostly because they were pushing for that when they went 3-2 down. They pushed hard for
Yeah.
the equaliser, and then they just got done
In
with
the last
extra
10 minutes,
two goals.
yeah.
So it looks worse than it
For sure.
was.
And it's good that they go for it at 3-2.
Yeah,
don't they?
definitely. It was a great game.
Yeah, it was.
I really enjoyed it.
So one thing of note here, Wilson isn't on the points list for either game week.
He scored an assist in the second game week against Leeds.
Oh, did he? Sorry.
That's all right. It's just hiding there
But that's
behind the.
not-
Oh, it is.
not a lot, though.
He scored an assist. Sorry, when you said he scored an assist, it sounded like you said he was scoring
Chalked up an
assisting.
assist, lads. He chalked up one.
Come on, you
Sorry,
know,
he got
you
an
know
assist. Okay, he got an assist, but he didn't get a goal.
me. No, he didn't.
No, when there's been 4 goals in 2 games, you kind of
Expect
think
to
he
see
might
Wilson.
be one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fraser, as you called out Marlo last week,
I just
started.
thought that if Fraser gets going on the wing, I think Newcastle are going to be dangerous against a lot of teams. He's just such a good fantasy asset. Sorry, even just a player. But
Yeah, he got lucky it wasn't the assist because Wilson kind of weirdly knocked it onto
Yeah.
the back post. But yeah, some points in there for sure. Looking forward to this next game. I think against Fulham, I think that's a nice match.
definitely
Well, speaking of Fulham, they drew 1-1 with Liverpool.
Yeah,
Big result for them.
Very big result from them. Really, actually, 2 big results from them because they also went on to draw 0-0 against Brighton, who just seem to not be able to. They look great, but
I think the hard
never
thing
quite
for,
get a result.
Yeah, I think the hard thing for Fulham though is that when they look at even pre-Liverpool game, look at the Brighton game, they're like, that's a game we need to win points off because that's a competitor down.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess they got a point. It's better than losing. But then the fact that they drew with Liverpool to then go on to draw against a team that they're looking to
yeah,
take points off, I think that's kind of fucked them a bit and made it a bit spicy down the bottom end of the table. I thought there'd be more goals too in that second game.
that was a pretty nice finish from Dokora Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he smacked that in. Yeah, caught Liverpool out with the kind of quick transition back.
Yeah.
As we were trying to press up our high line, and
I
he
saw
got
Kloppy
free.
saying there was a foul in there, like a push on Salah.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Seems soft.
I know it's one of those hard ones to tell, but they killed it.
He
They came
cracked
out.
that.
They
Oh,
came
yeah.
out firing. They looked right up for it. One shout out as well for, I guess multiple shout outs deserved really for Cavallero, who's been playing up front with Dakova Reed. He looks really good and really threatening. And both games he had a few good shots and chances.
Could be ones to watch. And Fulham are coming into a little bit of better form. You know, they have been playing better.
Basically not getting pumped.
Yeah, they haven't been getting, but they've been getting better. And yeah, Dakova Reed is actually definitely got a little bit of form. So that's one to watch when they have a good fixture list.
I guess there's
coming
someone
up.
like Newcastle who have been,
Yeah.
like they're not necessarily solid in defence.
And it's a decent run of fixtures coming up. It's sorry. Oh my goodness. I need to refresh my page. I was like, hang on, they've played those games. Sorry for that, Fluff.
They've got, who have they got, lads?
They got Newcastle, Southampton, Tottenham. So they don't have a good run of fixtures coming up other
Not
than
great.
Newcastle. So
No.
maybe for a quick week if you're desperate, but yeah, in the long run, it's still Fulham.
Yeah, well, this week maybe Newcastle. I'd be quite confident with that.
For
Okay, now I'm going to run through the top goal scorers.
Do it.
Give us
The top point scorer.
Give us some juicy points.
Newcastle versus West Brom. Gale got 8, 3 bonus. Joel Linton with 5. Pretty consistent run of points for him. Murphy with 4 points. Almiron with 9 and 2 bonus. Then Clark in the Leeds game. Clark got 6. Hendrick with 7. Wilson 5. Fraser 5. Fulham, Dakova Reed got 9 points, 3 bonus points. No one else really featured there. And then that was against Liverpool. And against Brighton,
Have fun with this one, mate.
Adarabayo? Jesus.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. Adarabayo, yeah.
Adarabayo, 9 points, 3 bonus points. Areola, 9 points, 2 bonus points. And Anderson, 8, 2 bonus points. So quite a few points there in that second game.
Those clean
For-
sheet
yeah.
defender points, man.
Seriously.
Coming through.
Lots of bonus there. Now, Miles, would you like to predict this for us?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this one as we've been talking about it, and I kind of rate Newcastle just to get bounce back with a few goals.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say 3-1 to Newcastle.
He's got those Wilson goggles on.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I like
do.
it. I like it. I think both those teams are going to
I would
go
be
at each
surprised.
other.
Yeah.
So there could be some goals. Next fixture we've got coming up is Brighton versus Sheffield. This is not too exciting. I think we'll keep this quick. Brighton really not in form. I'm not even going to review their games. Like Morpay started, which he's not been featuring much lately. Welbeck's missed a one-on-one. They've had a goal offside from Lallana in the Fulham game, but basically there's just no goals there. They got a
Yeah.
clean sheet. Some
Pumped
points
by
came from that
Leicester.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. The only shining light is potentially Solly March. Throughout those games, I thought he looked quite lively.
Yeah, he was running. He does
Putting
like
in
a
some
run
good
down the
balls,
wing, eh?
some good balls into the edge of the box area for people to potentially do something with or put away.
Yeah.
That just didn't come to anything. But I think if you got any Brighton players, I'd be looking at him if you got room.
Yeah, I guess with Sheffield, they've got a chance.
Yeah,
getting some
100%.
points.
I'd be keen to jump on that fixture.
So Sheffield, not a lot coming from them either.
Another team that lost 3-0.
Yeah, they lost 3-0. They haven't played their second fixture yet, but it's against United, and I don't like their chances. Yeah,
For all we know, it'll just be like 0-0 or something.
I think we should
United.
I think we should say goodbye to Sheffield now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're done.
my lover.
For any of our Aussie listeners, I feel like they would go well with the Coles supermarket song. Down, down, the prices are down. Down, down, Sheffield are going down.
I love it. Look, nothing there. We're not really highlighting anyone from that. Let's just go straight to a prediction.
Yeah.
It's you, mate.
It's you.
Enjoy this one.
Give us something juicy.
2-0 Brighton.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm backing Brighton this
Why
week.
not? Why not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they're more likely to score than Sheffield, I'd say. So
Yeah. That was nice and quick. Let's move on to Tottenham versus Leicester. This is going to be a more interesting
this
fixture.
is a good one to talk about.
Yeah. So
Just because I get to talk
Tottenham-
about Liverpool again.
No, you don't. Tottenham.
I'll find a way.
Okay, just let me talk here. Game week 12, Crystal Palace played Tottenham. It was 1-1. And game week 13, Liverpool won 2-1 against Tottenham. So, yeah, Tottenham
Dropping some points, man.
dropping some big points. But we saw that a lot from some of the big teams. Miles, why don't you run us through it?
Yeah, well, the Palace game, we already touched on that quite a bit. But from a Tottenham perspective, the keeper was good, but Tottenham need to do better against teams like Palace. I mean, the Liverpool game, it could go either way. So, I don't think they'll be sweating so much the result. But, I mean, what do you guys reckon?
I think they'll come back. They've looked really strong this whole season. I think it's just a small blip and understandable.
Yeah.
As we said, Guaita kept Palace in that game. Tottenham could have easily won that. They played a game plan really well against us, and we just got lucky at the end with a nice goal to really kind of finish it off. So, yeah.
I thought the most interesting part, I am kind of just skipping straight to the Liverpool game. It's just because we spoke quite a bit about Palace already.
Yeah.
But I thought Bergwijn should have scored twice.
Oh, dude.
Definitely once.
Even against,
Don't talk about it.
Yeah, but it
stings.
was
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Watching that
horrible.
hurt me.
He got
Yeah.
hoofed off very soon after that as well. That was bad off the post. So yeah, we got a bit lucky with some of their chances for sure.
It shows you how close it can be for fantasy players in terms of okay, so you pick up Bergwijn and if one didn't hit the post and one he finished a slightly better.
Yeah, he could have
changes
two.
everything.
Yeah, he could have two
Changes
goals.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's like hitting the lotto.
I know.
When I picked him up, I was like, oh, he does look kind of good.
And
He's
it's
starting.
annoying because there's that small thing of because he hasn't finished and been clinical. Mourinho could be like, nah, Mora's starting now.
Yeah, or
Because you didn't prove yourself.
Or Bale.
That was our chance to go keep top of the table,
That's it.
and it's gone. So
Yeah. Wouldn't put it past him.
yeah,
Mourinho.
but Kane also missed an absolute sitter header for us.
Yeah, that was really unclean.
Thank fuck that happened.
I feel like Benteke actually scored the header a couple of weeks ago that Kane missed. Remember that one we were laughing at from Teke's?
Yeah.
Kane tried to do one of them.
Fucked it up into the ground.
Yeah,
But
he did fuck that up.
yeah, well, now we've rinsed Tottenham a little bit.
Yeah, and Son obviously with another classic counter-attacking goal.
He was just set free, and you'd expect him to finish every day, wouldn't you?
It looked offside to me, but look,
Oh, don't get me fucking started on that.
yeah.
There was no.
Okay, then we won't.
There was no
moving
check
on.
at all. That was a joke. It was a joke.
You said don't get us. You started. I'm moving
Mate,
on.
I got myself started. I couldn't help it.
I think to take away from that, Tottenham, the same players are scoring the points every week.
Yes.
There's not a lot to
Yes.
talk about with
No,
Tottenham
it's Kane
other
or
than
Son. Yeah.
the fact that those players are going to score every week.
And they've lost a few. Haven't we had the clean sheets recently?
Yeah, that's true. Now let's talk about Leicester.
Yeah.
Leicester with two very different results here.
Very polarizing.
Yeah, 3-0 against Sheffield, great result. Lost 2-0 against Everton, not a great result.
No.
What do you think of the Sheffield game, Miles? Was there anyone that kind of stood out?
Yeah, well, I mean, James Maddison, maybe that was the game that kind of gets a bit of form for him going in the next, month or so.
Mate, that second goal.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Really good.
Was that
Fucking
weak foot?
vinegar strokes?
Was that weak foot? Jesus. We've seen
that
some
goal of
great
the
goals.
season?
Yeah, mate, it's in the top 5.
Yeah.
You must
Just
have been
for
watching
the turn,
games
just
over
for the
last-
turn and space to, the curl on that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was so nice. He got lucky with his first goal.
It really reminded me of Grealish, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a Grealish type goal. And he's got that in his locker. He had another chance similar.
Yeah.
He fucked up in the second game. But also for me, James Justin.
James Justin had a really good game.
Yeah. I'm a bit
hearing his
worried.
name a lot.
I'm a bit worried about my fullbacks that are injured, about to come back. Castagna and Pereira. I'm worried about them getting him off. Taking his spot.
You should be.
'Cause
He's been
he's killing
really
it.
good the whole season as
He
well.
looks so connected to
Yeah.
Vardy in particular. The first game he put in a nice ball for Perez, who just missed one. Then Vardy, the assist.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second game as well, link with Vardy again.
Huge.
Wait, they didn't score in that game.
No, but like he had a really good link with him. Like every ball chance they had, like he went straight to Vardy, and Vardy had a shot, and it like maybe just got saved, or
Yeah, okay.
like he's definitely got a nice connection with him.
Now, maybe Schmeichel could have, in the second game here against Everton, Schmeichel maybe could have done better for that goal. Maybe his sight line was blocked a little, but did he back it up with that double save? Did you see that?
It was amazing.
That was fucked.
It was a double, but then it went in on the third attempt.
Yeah,
didn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
But still,
But
you got to
so
give the dude
unlucky.
credit.
Yeah,
It's
for sure, for
he
sure.
made
for
two
sure.
amazing saves before
That's the
then.
biggest kick in the sack, though. You've just done amazing work
Yeah.
to keep him out, and then someone just taps in a gross goal.
Yeah.
From the rebounds.
And what did you guys think about like the pen call on Perez? Did you think it was a pen or no?
I'm actually on the fence. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It was pretty light if it was.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It feels like everything's.
It's just hard, yeah. Like with this year's just been so crazy with all the pens and VAR that
You don't. I honestly don't know what.
Yeah.
Like you could get just like. I get constantly like raged up on things, and you're just like, oh,
yeah.
okay, it's just gonna happen. And then, but then
Feel
you'll
the
get, but then
rage.
you'll get the flip side the next week, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that was really soft and shit, but I'll take the goal.
Now, Hito, can you run us through top point scorers?
Yeah, I can do that. So Tottenham first game against Palace, Son with 5, Kane with 9, 3 bonus, and then the second game against Liverpool, Son with 9, 2 bonus, Lloris with 5, 1 bonus. So Sonny back-to-back weeks of points there. Kane finally out of the points for a change, which is nice. And then Leicester, first game, Maddison 16 with 3 bonus, hauling in the points, top point scorer that week.
Massive.
Vardy 13, 1 bonus, Justin 11, 2 bonus, Schmeichel 7, obviously defence clean sheet against Sheffield. And in the second game, no points for losing 2-0 to Everton.
It happens.
Well, it evens out all those points.
It does.
Now, oh God. Oh, it's you. Thank God. I don't want to predict this one. I don't know why. I just don't want to.
Yeah, mate. I think Tottenham are going to bounce back. They're a team that struggle with rotation too because they haven't got the depth. But I think they're more likely to come back to it. I think it will be a 2-1 Tottenham.
Do you think we'll see Bale?
No, I think he's training on his own apparently recently.
At the golf course.
Yeah, at the driving range
Couple par threes.
Has he got the Rona?
on FIFA. I think he was ill potentially.
'Cause
Yeah.
I saw the ill thing.
But I
and
don't know if it was actually
wondering if
Rona.
it
I
was-
think he was just. I think Mourinho came out saying it was just like another type of flu. Apparently, it's been tested and it's negative, but he just feels shit. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Next game.
let's do it.
Man U versus Leeds.
Woo. Man, this will be a quick one for Man U.
Yeah. So in game week 12, United played City, and as we already mentioned, it was a 0-0 draw, and we're still yet to see what they do against Sheffield because that's tomorrow morning, and we just wanted to get this podcast out to you guys as we haven't done one in a while, so we have to miss that game. And look, I don't think we have to really talk about them this week, unfortunately.
Just to talk about maybe their best features, which is Fernandes, Rashford, anyone else? Mason Greenwood.
Greenwood's
He got a start and he got a goal,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's anything really to go off yet.
No, and I think Wan-Bissaka, he's playing better than he was at the start. Well, not that he wasn't playing good, because I think he always does play good. But,
That's how I feel.
you know, Maguire is just horrendous. I think
Yeah.
he's one of the worst defenders out there. I can't believe that he went for such a big money.
Do you hear the comment from Ferdinand
No, what was it?
saying like, Manchester United players don't give hugs?
Oh,
Like,
I
He was
saw
like
that,
giving.
yeah.
I don't know if that's the exact quote,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's something along those lines.
Yeah, it's like
and you've seen hugging. I think someone from
Stones.
Stones.
Yeah.
I think Roy Keane was pissed off about that too.
Yeah. Cause
Yeah.
So they should be fighting each other.
Yeah.
I like
It's
it.
war.
Well, there was definitely a different vibe
True.
to
If
these
there was
games.
a crowd though, if there was a crowd, it would be so different.
But
Yeah, maybe.
when we first started, I don't know. I feel like more consistently these days, these big games lack that kind of old mentality
Yeah.
of like, fuck you, we hate you, we are gonna fucking beat you at any cost.
it's not the type of football anymore.
No, they just play tactically. Everyone's nice to each
And
other,
softer,
which I like.
softer
but-
fouls, softer going down. Like there's not the toughness to.
But I'm not so much talking about the toughness. It's just more the like competitive nature of those big. big
I think you
fixtures,
do
though.
show that comes out and like
Yeah.
the challenges now they might be soft and the player just goes down at nothing. Whereas back then someone was actually legit make worthy of you going down injured because they'd come sliding in or whatever. But
So, well, okay, let's move on now. Leeds, we got 6 goals to talk about from them over 2 games. First up, they play West Ham. They lost 2-1 against West Ham, which I think was a fairly expected result. I'd love to see what we predicted for that game because that's what I think I might have predicted.
It could have gone either way, couldn't it?
I don't think we got it, boys, but we were kind of on the right line in our prediction like that one.
I'll have a look while you guys talk about the pen.
That was like, I feel like I got thrown under the bus then.
I know.
You know, the pen. I'm like, oh, yeah, the pen.
The pen.
Yeah, I don't know. How did you feel, Heat?
We said 2-3 to West Ham, by the way.
So 1 more goal each.
Yeah.
I just find that annoying. Like, obviously, it's a pen. I just find it annoying when I think Bamford could have just, all he had to do was step over an arm and he could tap it in. He wasn't at a crazy angle. He was probably in line with the post. I just find that frustrating sometimes. Like, takes the pen as the easy, safe option when he could have just scored a really nice goal.
It's strategy, though.
I know,
you
but I
can't
just find
blame
that
him.
annoying.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just like, man, you could have just stepped over his arm. And
But we've seen, like, I saw one, I can't remember what it was recently, and I apologize for that, but there was someone who didn't go down recently.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was, but
it was Chilwell
it was in the Chelsea game.
on. So it was Chilwell.
the foot challenge,
Yeah, the foot
that was the
challenge.
exact same as the Liverpool Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foot kick. Yeah, and they didn't get
Who
given
we
the
playing
pen.
that week. Anyway, they didn't get the pen because they didn't go down. And it just shows you how, like, in that split decision, like, you have, like, no time at all to decide whether you're going to go down or whether you're going to stay up. That, like, I don't know, maybe it's just easier to decide to go down.
Yeah, I think as long as VAR's still not performing and backing you up, regardless of you going down, you're probably going to keep going down. Because VAR should be able to, it's that second set of eyes for the ref to be like, oh, he didn't go down, but that was a foul.
Yeah.
So really only from, the only thing from the West Ham game was Klish took the pen and scored in terms of fantasy points. And then, no clean sheet there. Now, there are some points to talk about in the Newcastle fixture. 5 goals. Were you guys surprised?
Huge.
Yeah, I was surprised at 5. I thought that they'd win this game.
They're so capable of this.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen them score a lot of goals before.
Yeah.
They're very free-flowing, and if they get on their game, they score goals.
And they were so dominant, and they really deserved it. I can't remember how many shots on target they had, but it was very, very high.
Can you quickly give us a summary, Miles, of the goals?
Yeah, so there was just so many. So Bamford, in off the bar, bit of a poacher's goal. Second goal was Rodrigo, massive, awesome cross from Harrison.
That like semi-volley.
Yeah.
Pile
like
drived
that.
it into the penalty spot.
Yeah, and the finish was great as well, but that cross.
Yeah.
He gave a great assist. I believe it was Harrison gave a great assist in the game against Chelsea as well. Very similar to that.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
point.
he did. Now we all said
But that
it.
was more like from the wide, it was like a loopy, whereas this one was like, I've hit the byline, I'm drilling it back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
At like chest height. And
Because it wasn't even, the cross was great, but the touch to get to the cross was like, wow.
yeah. And the diving like header with that much power on it to put on target from Rodrigo.
And then, so Dallas, really, really great late run for the far post goal. And
Fucked up Newcastle defending, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then the last two, as we spoke about before, Newcastle were pushing.
Yeah.
And they just scored 2 late goals on the counter with Alioski. And then, finally, again, we're talking about
Oh my
Harrison's
God, what a
screamer
goal.
at the end.
That was awesome. I was like,
And I jizz in my pants.
okay, keep that to yourself. Why is there hand sanitizer on the table?
And Harris,
need it.
we've got a bit of an outbreak in Sydney at the moment. You can't be too careful at the moment.
Yeah, true.
He's been spiking
Especially
our
when
drinks.
Hito's jizzing in his
He's been spiking our
pants.
drinks, mate.
And Harrison, I got to say, I've been looking at him for a few weeks now, and he's got to be a pickup for the rest of the season.
He definitely looks
You
really
reckon?
good. I remember seeing. I just think he's got a quality. Like, he's got serious quality.
Yeah, for me, I'm a bit torn because I thought that after like first game, he absolutely killed it of the season against Liverpool. He hasn't scored since. That's a lot of games.
Yeah.
And he was against an open Newcastle. So I get what you mean. Like goal and assist looks good, but
I think
I want to see a little bit more. People would have jumped on it anyway because of their leagues, potentially with people.
you're hearing the excitement in our voice. I guess the excitement in our voice comes from maybe seeing a player that might not be in teams and could get just a couple of extra points, because we're all looking for that little bit of an edge.
I know.
And look, I might not support completely what Miles says for the rest of the season, but right now I'd be thinking that a lot of people would be jumping on him.
But as a mid and as a fourth or fifth mid, he's got 4 assists, 2 goals. We're like 13 game weeks in. He's got 52 points. It's actually pretty good for this part of the season.
Yeah, for being that, filling that slot in your team for sure.
And then if you go through it as well and you look at his BPS points that he's accumulated, he's actually quite on the high side. So I think that he's got more of this in him and he's just getting started.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll watch that for sure.
Yeah. So why don't we just go through the points before we move on?
Do you want to do it, Marlon?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Miles,
I
you've
mean,
been quiet on points.
all right, look, United will just skip a little bit, but Shaw got 3 bonus points and clean sheets from the City game, and we'll see what happens in the game tomorrow morning. But with Leeds, West Ham, Klitsch got the 8 points, 1 bonus point, and Bamford got 5 for the assist. And in that game against Newcastle, it was just points galore. Harrison got 12, 2 bonus points. Rodrigo, 12 again and 3 bonus points. Alioski, 8 points, 1 bonus point. And yeah, Dallas, Hernandez both got 7 respectively. And Bamford got 6 again. So I mean,
all different goal scorers, hey?
all different goal scorers.
That happens a fair bit with them.
Yeah.
Like it's not always, it's hard to pick like one player from that team other than I guess, Bamford.
Yeah, Bamford's very, very consistent.
But everyone else you're like, but there are people scoring goals in that team.
Rodrigo has looked good, but he hasn't put many goals away. But one small thing I love is that Hernandez, he was on for about 8 minutes and got 2 assists.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he did at the end.
I think the assist for Harrison's screamer, though, is a bit lucky because you literally just play
Pass
a
it to
small
him.
pass in your own half and then he ran it.
All right. Am I predicting this one?
Yeah, you're up, mate.
Okay. Manchester versus Leeds.
Actually, sorry, it's me.
Oh, is it you? Oh,
yeah.
Damn, I wanted
Taking
to
off his
predict that
toe.
one.
I'll be quick, guys. I'm going to say Leeds win this game just as a bit of an upset like they did at the start of the season. I'll say 2-1 to Leeds.
I feel 2-2. I don't know why.
Yeah, it might be. It really might
Yeah.
be. But I'm not going to change it. I'm not like you.
I wouldn't change it.
Savage.
West Brom versus Aston Villa is our next game to preview. Now, Newcastle. This will be quick.
Real quick.
Really.
Let's do it.
Newcastle beat West Brom 2-1, and then, West Brom drew with City, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Basically, it was a late run for his first Premier League goal for Furlong, but it was a great finish. It just kind of flew
I don't know
in
how
on
he
the
got.
stretch.
I had to watch it like 5 times to
How did he
figure
get
out
the
how
power?
he even hit the ball.
Yeah, and the power he got from it. I was kind of, it was weird.
Just rocketed off his foot. It was great.
But not really,
Not a lot to go off in that game.
Yeah,
against
I'd
Newcastle.
say Furlong, it's a pretty Furlong chance that he's going to get many more bonus points.
I like it.
Yeah, I was waiting, pause for applause, but I didn't get any. There we go. Now, City versus West Brom 1-1. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Be
so
quick.
They
but it's
really,
kind of impressive.
they really held them out. As we said, the keeper was on fire, keeping some really great saves against Sterling and Gundogan quite late on.
Yeah, John Stone.
Johnston is on fire. We've shouted out him a lot this season. He's got a lot of saves in. Grant could have had a goal really early on.
You know nothing, John Stone.
Johnstone. He knows a lot of things.
He does.
One
he knows
is,
about
one is how to fucking save
Yeah,
shots.
he's really good.
He's real good. But,
Another interesting takeaway, and we won't spend too much time on it, is Bilic has been fired and Sam Allardyce has been appointed.
Big Sam back.
Big Sam. It's all he does, mate. He sits there and waits. He's just waiting for the call.
It's
It's like any day, someone give me a call. Don't know who it will be.
If now, as a fantasy player, you'd be very interested in this because if it wasn't West Brom, just purely because the new manager means new strategy.
And he normally
Sam Allardyce's
he-
very obvious strategy. It's not always as easy, but you might
solid.
expect certain points from different players in that formation of his setup.
Well, he plays defensively too. He normally comes in and shores things up. So keep an eye on that. But it's West Brom, so it's too early to say. But they did well to get a point. So well done.
Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice win against Wolves in the week 12. Week 13, we haven't had that game against Burnley yet, but against Wolves, though, it was kind of not much created really from... It was more Wolves that game. But Villa, there was a chance for Douglas Luiz. I think he should have fucking put on target.
I think so.
He did well to work some space there. And a very late pen taken by El Ghazi, but... Yeah, so it looks like Watkins has lost his pen spot.
Well, I'm not surprised, and I actually thought that Grealish would be on them.
I thought too, yeah.
But they've obviously gone with a different strategy. Obviously, in training, maybe he likes the look of El Ghazi a bit better. But yeah,
I don't know. That was a good win for them. That's some solid points. In Burnley, I think they'll come away with that win for sure. But should I do the points, boys?
Yeah, hit us up.
Yeah? Okay.
Hit us up.
Here's that. So West Brom, Furlong 7 points, 1 bonus. Phillips 6, 1 bonus from the Newcastle game. And then against City, we just had Aji. I don't even know how we say his name. 5 points for the assist off it ended up being an own goal against City. And then in terms of Aston Villa against Wolves, so McGinn, we got 5, El Ghazi 7, 1 bonus, Martinez 11, 3 bonus, Mings 8, 2 bonus, and then obviously the rest of their defence getting some points there.
How good is Martinez?
Mate, Point City.
Yeah, point
You had
City.
a nice little, you had Pope and Martinez that week getting 11 points, I think, each.
What can I say? I got good keepers.
I know.
you do.
Okay.
Maybe we can do a trade there.
All right, we'll talk.
Yeah.
If you're fucking reasonable for a change. Now,
Why do you
I get to predict this.
Yeah.
I'd say 3-0
3-0.
Aston Villa.
Yeah.
If that wasn't already obvious.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, Burnley versus Wolves. Burnley.
Yeah.
Surprising us all.
Scraped away with a win against Arsenal. They'll take that.
Yeah.
They need some serious points. I don't know how Wood missed that early chance though, boys.
I know. He's not really been the fantasy prospect. He's been on the path.
No, he was awesome last year, man.
he
I
was
think a lot of people
clinical.
would have dropped him a lot early this year already, probably.
Yeah,
The way
and
Burnley been going, but
sometimes retards pick them back up. I don't know why. No form.
oh man, I don't know. But that was savage from Milo.
Jeez.
Savage.
It's the tequila, boys.
Tequila.
It's the tequila.
Yeah, he's savage as. But yeah, Pope getting some nice, obviously, as we mentioned before, getting 11 points. So he killed it against Arsenal.
Yeah. Good keeper.
Stopping some really good chances actually from Arsenal.
How long does he stay at Burnley?
I don't know, man.
Surely someone big will pick him
Well,
up.
if they go down,
Yeah.
I don't know what we'll get. But should we move on to Wolves, boys?
Yeah, let's talk about Wolves. That game against Villa, there's not too much to talk about besides quite a few missed chances.
Yeah, likes of Podence looking good.
Always. I
Carried
think
that
he's
on. to
almost
his
the
next
best
game.
player on the pitch most of the time.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
looking really. I regret dropping him a while back now.
Fabio Silva off the post.
Man,
he
that would
was
been such a nice goal.
I know, off the post in that game, and he's off the post in the second game too. He's had 2 off the post in the last 2 weeks. He's clearly getting some starting time. Look, he's not proved himself just yet, but he's starting.
Yeah.
That's something.
We don't know how long Jimenez is going to be out for, so
Well, honestly, I don't think Jimenez will be back this season.
I don't
really?
think so either.
No.
No.
He had like
fractured
fractured
skull.
skull and
That's true. That's a
surgery,
long-
man.
that's a long
and the rules
recovery.
with that these days are much
Yeah.
heavier. I mean, look, maybe he will, but it's going to be a long time. And no one's hanging on to Himmy.
I think that. But what would be interesting, I think, as well, of then just thinking now if that's going to be a long term, will they buy someone in Jan?
I honestly don't think Jimenez will ever be the same. Like, well, think of, it's crazy to come back from that. Like, Petr Cech did it, but he wore headgear every game. Like, that shit scars you.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really bad clash. Like, think about, like, if you go up to, challenge for balls every time and there's a risk of that happening
Are
again.
they Oreo balls though?
Oh, my God, I wish.
I'd challenge for them every day.
They're called jingle balls. But anyway, there's that. You'll second guess yourself. I don't know. I just think that there's that moment's hesitation that you almost can't control because you're scarred from what's happened. It just depends. Maybe
Yeah.
he doesn't even remember what happens.
Maybe, hopefully,
I don't know, man.
because that would be a massive.
Maybe they're like
loss.
superhuman. They put like some fucking like metal slab in his head, and he's now just a beast
boost.
Okay.
with some little like springs in it to rocket the ball forward even more so.
All right, let's talk about Wolves against Chelsea.
Let's
It's-
do it, boys.
If you couldn't tell, we were
I've been
kind of
waiting-
like delaying
I've
this.
been waiting all night to talk about this.
Yeah. So look, I actually thought that we played. Oh, sorry. We should be talking about Wolves. I'm not going to talk about Chelsea. I think Wolves played very well, and they did have a strategy.
They were kind of quiet though.
They were
weren't-
quiet, but I think that was their strategy. When you're coming up against
Yeah.
a Chelsea, a City, a Liverpool, you can't
Yeah.
always take it. To
Yeah,
them.
they did the same to us. They tried to sit back, but
Yeah.
But they choose a certain point to up that
Yeah.
tempo.
Yeah.
And it works pretty well. Like I saw it. Like that I felt like we were dominant. We were watching it, and then all of a sudden there was like a switch turn and something was a bit different. I think it caught a lot of like Chelsea really off guard.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Podence. I mean, look, it was a deflected goal, but the rest of the game,
he works some nice space, doesn't he, to get
does.
shots away.
He
He's
really
really
does.
quick.
Yeah.
He reminds me a little bit of Coutinho.
a little bit,
Just
yeah.
getting that like out of nowhere. He's got three guys blocking him, and he just finds a tiny bit of space.
Yeah.
yeah.
To get something away.
And he burnt Havertz twice really bad.
Yeah.
Like left him for days.
Yeah, he's a fast boy. For
Yeah.
a smaller guy, he's got some pace on him. But speaking of pace, Neto.
Yeah, Neto's counter at the end, it was like a dagger in my heart.
Yeah.
That hurt.
On your
being
bench,
on my
against
bench.
your team.
Against my team,
Mate, it's
yeah.
a double dagger.
It was
In
tough.
the back and in the heart.
It was tough to take.
Oh, double
He's been stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
And
Stabbed
Miles
in the
is-
back by his own player, and then stabbed in the heart for Chelsea.
And guys,
conceding a goal.
he's still here this week. He shows up.
I know.
You know, he comes
Yeah,
here,
no,
he puts the
I'll show
headphones on, and
Yeah.
he comes here and talks about it.
Oh, for sure.
I
And
wonder why your cocktail was a little bit more red than our one.
I'm happy to talk about it because it's so tough when you've got such a good team. Okay, so I've got 5 amazing mids and 3 awesome
We've
strikers.
avoided this for
Here
most
we
of the
go.
fucking
No,
pod.
no. So one of them has to miss out, and I've got 2 Chelsea defenders. So what do you want me to do?
Stop talking.
Stop playing
preferably.
Chelsea twice.
No.
God, I just gave you bloody credit for showing up and you bloody rub your bloody good team in my face.
Yeah.
Miles, run us through the top point scorers.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, with Burnley against Arsenal, the defense had a cracking games.
Yeah, huge
Pope
haul.
with 11, 3 bonus points. Lowton with 8 and 2 bonus points. Your boy Ben Mee got 7 points.
Why do you think they got such a great clean sheet?
And 1 bonus point. And Westwood got 6. Yeah, look, against Wolves. No, sorry, against
Wolves,
Arsenal.
Yeah, Wolves,
Yeah.
Wolves, Aston Villa, there were none.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we got none. And
Wolves, Chelsea, Podence with 9, 3 bonus, and Neto with 9, 2 bonus. So
Yeah.
decent haul from 2 players we've just said are looking pretty spicy.
Yeah, they seem to be carrying on okay without Jimenez, so
yeah.
still got value there.
So why don't you give us a prediction,
Predict it.
Mr. Hayden?
Me,
Yeah.
Predict.
I think it'll be Wolves 1, Burnley 0.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah,
It's not going to be high scoring.
no, I think it'll just be like a sweet little, hopefully Neto on your bench goal.
Now, last game, oh God, the one we
Yeah.
talk about the most. Chelsea.
We've got
versus
all night,
West
boys.
Ham.
We've got all night to delve into this one.
Okay, no, we don't. Chelsea with 2 losses in the last 2 game weeks. Loss against Everton 1-0. Wolves beat them 2-1. Mendy with a big mistake leading
Yeah.
to a pen. We haven't seen many mistakes from him. I think I'm going to let that one slide. Yeah, that was really disappointing in the Everton game. Really, James was one of the only players with a chance that came off the post.
Yeah, he cracked that one.
Oh, actually, Mount came off the post too with his free kick. That was a beautiful free kick.
Yeah. Did you like the commentary for that?
What was that?
It was so good. The commentator's like, even because I think he just hit the bottom of the post. The commentator's like, oh, even if that's on target, that's fine in the back of the net. I'm like, obviously.
Yeah.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Yeah, that was good. Was that Jeremy Clarkson?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
God, not Jeremy Clarkson. This
But yeah,
week.
as we spoke about before when we were talking about Everton, I don't think Chelsea were up to their best in this game.
I think
And
you've
they look
struggled
flat.
without Ziyech, man.
Yeah.
You guys are struggling, and Werner's now gone a little while without some contributions for you guys.
Sure. Yeah.
But if we start talking about the Wolves game, purely Pulisic does
He
look
wants
to
to
be
get this over and done with. people.
Pulisic does look to be coming back to
He's getting back.
Not his best, but like, and I know he's not scored points, but watching him in that game, he was the best thing for us for sure. Like he was his dribbling. You just remember why he's such a good player, and I think he hasn't lost it with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay off.
Yeah, he just needs a bit of playing time, a bit of form.
Yeah.
Not be pushed too hard, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So they're going to protect him, but it's good to see him starting some games.
And I actually thought that we played like fairly well in this game, and we had a lot of we hit the post like 3 times.
Yeah, and Giroud's goal. I mean, what a volley!
It was good. It was a bit like fumbled in, wasn't it, by the keeper? But it was like a good first time.
I just wish it went straight in because it was
deserved it.
such a good volley. And look, full credit to the keeper for keeping that out, like at first. But obviously it went over the line. But still, I loved that volley. But yeah, Chelsea's defense getting caught twice in that Wolves game.
Yeah. What about Zoom's header?
Oh, it hurt.
I loved his jump. It's just he kind of like his mid-flight and then out of nowhere like arches his back to like squeeze a little bit more height. He's like kicking into the air to fly higher and just spanks it across at the crossbar.
As soon as he connected, I was like, "That's a goal," because he doesn't really miss this season.
Yeah.
But
I know.
Yeah,
but he did.
He did.
Mate,
crossbar's our worst enemy that game.
Serious value. Like even though like he didn't score this week, having someone that is that on form with winning headers and putting them on target, at least like hitting the post.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I just don't think there's anyone in the Premier League that could beat him to a ball.
I think he's the most threatening centre back from set pieces in the league.
Huge.
Right
Yeah, for sure.
And he jumps so high.
I'd love to see VVD mark him. That'd be an interesting.
I wish we could fucking.
Don't you reckon that'd be a
show
good battle?
people his eyes right now? He's like bulging in his head. Like I wish we could see him against VVD.
Don't you reckon that'd be a great battle though?
It will be good to watch.
You know that clip of VVD like jumping in the training behind a stadium and they like have this ball dangling from the roof.
I don't watch VVD porn.
No one
like
can
you.
jump and like at the Holland training. No one can jump and reach the ball, and he just like half jumps and just smacks it with his head. Like he's.
So he's he's boingy.
Yeah, he's boingy. That'd be a good battle, I think, those two.
It would be.
Well,
Yeah,
we're gonna have
with
to
the
wait
lip.
to see that. We'll talk about that when it comes up. Now, the interesting part of this fixture is West Ham. They've had
Ups and
mixed
downs?
form, ups and downs, like we've said. They won 2-1 against Leeds, and then game week 13 just gone. They drew with Crystal Palace, which I think we'd all be expecting them to win.
Yeah.
In their current
I think
form.
it could go either way, but yeah, probably.
Maybe I'm giving too much credit to West Ham, but they have been pretty good. First game, Miles, can you just give us a rundown
Yeah.
of those 2 goals?
Yeah, so Souček, another goal, back-to-back weeks, which is a big call from Hito because he was really, really talking him up a few weeks ago. So nice one there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Fornals probably should have tapped in.
We've talked a bit about him a lot. He's looked really threatening, creating chances, shots, hitting posts, just sending them wide. Whitey's giving me a death stare because he's just dying right now.
Because every one of my players is just hitting the post or just not getting a goal.
Yeah, good.
Sterling's not getting saved. Fabio Silva's off the post. Fornals just misses his chance.
Jimenez has got a cracked skull.
Okay.
The fantasy gods want you to plummet down the table, mate.
Well, that's where I'll go and I'll pick up all the good players.
If we pick
The waiver wire.
fucking Trojan horses.
But Ogbonna, with a really good run of form.
Yeah, he's up there to challenge maybe Zooms with all that headering.
Yeah, so 2 goals, 2 clean sheets, and for a defender, that's just going to be points at the end of the day.
I think some people might have been sleeping on West Ham just because you don't think, not many people go for centre backs, looking at full backs across teams.
Yeah.
I think there might be a couple of leagues that might have been sleeping on him a bit.
And an interesting fact, just for all you new people playing fantasy football, this whole BPS thing with the bonus points, in the last 2 years, the bonus points for defenders has actually swayed more to centre backs than full backs. It used to be for a lot of the things that defenders do, like helped out the fullbacks a bit more, but they have skewed their points. So they actually do favour centre backs because they obviously don't have as much opportunity as fullbacks. So that's just one thing to think about. And Ogbonna is just like the perfect example.
Yeah, definitely. He's looked really good. So I'd be jumping on him if you haven't got him or he's free in your leagues. But next game, boys, Palace, we thought they might have got more out of this game, but I think there's only one thing to talk about in that game.
Hang on. I thought you were going to quickly tell me that Fornals had a chance early on and missed.
I was going to save you the grace, man.
No, tell him.
Fornals missed the chance early on.
Thanks, mate.
What are that other Fornals chance? No.
Well, there was that bicycle from Allaire.
Oh,
Fuck, it was good.
It was
where the hell
very,
does that
very
come
good.
from?
It was crisp.
Fuck,
That was
good.
done with venom, like purpose.
And
Yes,
yet
I
again,
love that.
very little celebration.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, he hates life.
Yeah, he does not like his
He
decision
hates
to
the
move to
Prem.
West Ham.
Yeah. Like, send me back to Frankfurt, please.
Yeah, Frankfurt.
Take me back.
Top point scorers from the Everton-Chelsea game, none for Chelsea. Against Wolves, Giroud got 6, Chilwell 5 with 1 bonus point. Giroud still looking the goods, getting lots of starts.
I was surprised he started the second game this week.
Yeah.
I thought old man legs wouldn't have carried him.
And he
through
subbed
too.
him pretty early too, so maybe he has intention to start him again on the West Ham game. I wouldn't be surprised because
Should he scored again?
West Ham's, pretty decent team. Maybe, I don't know, tactically Giroud's better than Abraham for that game.
Yeah, definitely seems a favourite.
And so that was for the Chelsea players. Now, West Ham in the Leeds game, Cresswell with 5, Ogbonna with 11, 3 bonus points, Bowen with 5, Souček with 9, 2 bonus points. That was weirdly written out. It was all over the place, the points. There was low ones, high ones, low ones.
Do you know what it
high
was
ones.
though? Is because we had what we do is we normally look at like the game week points to fill them out.
Yeah.
But because it was 2 game weeks ago, it's like really
you can't
annoying.
look.
It's a really annoying to search.
That's
the
fair.
Points.
That was really
It
interesting.
was brutal this week, wasn't it? Boys?
It was tough, yeah.
So West Ham versus Palace, Kufal with 8, 3 bonus, and Allaire with 7, 1 bonus points. Some points still from West Ham. Not sure that they're going to... I don't think they'll do it against Chelsea. I think with so many back-to-back fixtures, they don't have the depth. I think we'll be...
I think with you too, man. Though, like you're gonna have tired legs playing. Like you have, like what? It's gonna be the same 11.
No, it's not going to be the same 11, but our depth
Really?
is probably a little
Who would
bit better.
change?
Well, I think Kovacic comes in for Havertz. I'm not talking about fantasy point scorers, but I'm just talking about like
Fresh legs in
fresh
midfield.
legs in midfield. I think Mount starts 100%, but Mount's indestructible. He's a Terminator.
Yeah.
Giroud starts up front. He only played 60 minutes. So, I don't
Then
think
you
he'll
have
be
Werner
super
again,
fatigued.
Pulisic again,
Yeah.
Kante.
Yeah, well, we really don't.
Same back line.
Yeah, we really don't have the extra wings. No, look, you're right. But I still back us.
Yeah. So I'm going to predict this one.
Predict
'cause it's
it.
my last one for the week. And I'm going to say 3-0 to Chelsea. Okay.
He really.
I love it.
Silent,
He really doesn't want that hat
Well,
trick.
actually, it had to sink in for me.
losses.
I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I love it.
No, just back it. You chuck it out there.
In the
Sometimes things
universe.
happen,
Yeah, I'm with you. 3-0.
And then I got the double Chelsea defense. Let's go clean sheets. Woo!
You're like channeling the 3 points, 3 goals.
Yep.
Get us back in the top 3.
That's it. James Zuma, goals,
Yeah,
clean sheets.
you guys dropped out of the
bonus
top
point.
4 now as well.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck off. Kings and Peasants for this week. Now, this is a
do
game we play. We pick a king and a peasant. King being someone who's a highly regarded player in the fantasy league, and a peasant is kind of an outsider, maybe not in form, maybe coming into form, or someone from a lower team.
And I think you're up first this week. 'Cause
I'm
you're
always
losing.
up first,
we,
baby.
We play this as the waiver wire structure.
Now, I didn't do so well last week. Better than some weeks. I did better than Hito, that's for sure.
Yeah, you had Salah.
I had Salah. I got 8 points,
With
and
2 weeks
Lacazette with 1. So, mixed results there. Maybe we should quickly run people through the total points for everyone.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a while.
I'm very much in last and 59 points. Then Miles on 84 points and Hito with... Hito on 84 points.
Yeah.
Miles on the big 94.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
he pulled away this week.
Yeah, he really did. He smashed it this week with 13 and 2 points. Okay, I better
you
get
got,
into
man?
this. I'm going to go King Grealish. He's got a decent fixture there. And I'm going to go with
Oh.
6.
Sorry, you've already picked Grealish.
Oh, no.
Game week 11.
Okay, I'm going to pick
Yep.
Wilson.
Yep. Good alternate.
And thanks, Heath.
I just saw what he did there. Stolen Miles' pick. That's so good.
Okay, Wilson. And then I'm going to go with Siggy. Yeah, we talked a bit about him. Take a risk on him.
Yeah, it's kind of
He's
just
a player
coming
we
in.
might not necessarily consider a peasant, but because he's only got one goal and hasn't really played that much.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Miles was pissed.
So who's next this week?
Well, it's me. So
Peter.
Miles has a little bit more time to figure out his king. So my king this week, I'm going Potence after some good form. And then as my peasant, I'm going to look at that same fixture with the Villa. I think they'll be quite safe against West Brom. So Martinez is my keeper. Going for some potential clean sheet points there.
Good choice.
All right, cool. No worries. So I'm back. I actually wish that I didn't say anything, so you just get 0 because that's what we decided would happen. But yeah, so for my king, I'll go my boy Neto, and for my peasant, I'm gonna back Harrison because we were talking so much about him today.
I like that as a pick.
Yeah, thanks.
Are you gonna play Nito as well?
I might
Pick him this week.
It depends, but listen, when you got such a good team, whoever plays, you know. And I prefer the points on my bench than in your team, so that's cool.
Yeah, fair enough.
We'll play it.
Touche.
All right. Well, that wraps up